Exactly.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome to Millennials Talk That Ish. As y'all know, I'm Monet.
And I'm Nia.
And today's topic is a little tricky.
Yeah.
I would say, because I feel one way and I feel like both of our feelings are justified. Like, you can justify it in a way.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to be talking about non-blacks saying the N-word.
Right.
As y'all probably heard me say it a bunch of times on this show.
Right.
And she does not even say it unless it calls for her to. And which is rare.
Yeah, I don't say that word.
At all. Which is rare. How do you feel about how should we go about this?
I feel like y'all shouldn't use the word. I mean, this episode should be just short as shit. Like, it should be done. Don't use the word. That's it, period. Show done. Like, subscribe to my YouTube channel.
No. Okay, how do you feel? Of course, we all know how we feel about white people saying it. Don't say that word.
Yeah.
That you are liable to get your ass with.
People, I guess you could say in the, like, the diaspora, like, people of color. I don't want them using the word either. I'm not gonna even lie to you. So when I moved to New York, it was a thing that Spanish-speaking people, Hispanic people use the N-word.
Yes.
I'm not used to that because the Hispanic people down south did not use the N-word. So I'm not used to that. So when I got up here, it was a culture shock for me. Like, why are you using that word?
Okay.
Whoa. For me, I feel like it's now a trend for everybody to be like they're Afro-Latina, Afro-Latino, to justify them using that word.
Yes.
Before, nobody wanted to claim having African heritage, having black heritage. Nobody wanted to claim it. Nobody wanted to be a part of it. Nobody wanted to be down with the struggle. Nobody wanted nothing, but y'all wanted to use that word. Which is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, it's like how you don't want to be a part of us, but you want to use a word that we turned into something.
That's just because I feel like in New York, the thing where a lot of people who are Hispanic or Spanish speaking, however you want to spin it, their thing is, oh, I grew up in the hood, so I could no.
Because that's like a white person saying I grew up in the hood, so I can use it.
It don't. Yeah, like for me, I feel like, all right, why are we using a word that you know could be offensive? Just because certain black people let you use it, don't mean you should go around using that word. Anybody who uses the word to me, whether you're using it as a term or endearment, that's how you speak, I always correct them. My name is Nia, don't ever call me ya N-word. Like, that's just not how it works. But I never thought to use a slur against someone. So why is it okay for them to use a slur against us? So when we're having a conversation, I'm like, nah, because you a spick. Nah, my chink.
Oh, shit.
Young wetback.
Oh shit.
No, but you gotta think of it like that.
Yeah.
I never once thought to use these words.
Yeah.
As soon as someone says something is deemed offensive to them, I automatically scratch it out of my vocabulary. You never have to tell me twice that is offensive.
Yeah.
Once I never even used the word banana boat, but once somebody who was West Indian told me that's wild offensive, I said I can see how that is.
Right.
I never used it, but I know going forward I will never use it because it's offensive. So why do you feel so comfortable to use this word? Because a couple of black people gave you a pass? No. I don't go around calling every white person a redneck.
Yeah.
So why do you feel like it's okay?
I completely agree, but you know I do have Hispanic friends, and specifically with the two that I am close to, why it doesn't bother me so much is because since I've known them, they've always identified as black. We had one of them recently on the show a few weeks back. Y'all probably wouldn't even know that he was Puerto Rican unless I told you. Because he looks black.
He's black.
Exactly. See? But honestly, his mom is fully Puerto Rican. His dad is fully Puerto Rican.
He's black.
But yeah.
He's melanated.
He's black. My other one, she's fully Puerto Rican too. She got a little color to her, but she still looks Puerto Rican.
Right.
But I've known her since she was 14. She has always said, I am black.
Right.
So it doesn't bother me when they say it.
Mm-hmm.
It's when, and I hate to call y'all out, but growing up, especially in New York, it was a lot of Dominicans who were darker than me.
Always want to use this word, but always want to say they're not black.
Yeah, that's
y'all abuela this color.
That's where my problem really come in with some Hispanics, because it's like, y'all be darker than me, but then when I say you're black, no, I'm not black, but you want to say nigga. If you, like, how do that make sense?
Don't call me a nigga, 'cause I'm going to punch you in your mouth.
Honestly. That will get you beat up.
I'm not your N-word. Don't call me that.
And I can't call her a nigga. And I'm black.
Don't call me that word. Like, I have a name. My mother, when I came out, she named me. Mm-hmm. She loved me enough to name me. So use the name. I'm okay with it. Mm-hmm. Don't ever call me that. Like, I just feel like, and then I feel like a lot of y'all justify it because y'all feel like, oh, but they my friend or whatever. I don't care.
No.
I have maybe one main Hispanic friend, and I'm not gonna lie, when she first started, I was not comfortable with it. Okay. Not comfortable with it at all. Just because of the fact when I first met her, compared to now, she's way more in tune with her blackness now. I feel like as being my friend versus when I first met her.
Okay. So you felt like she shouldn't have been saying it back then because she wasn't in tune with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, she is half black. Her father is black.
Okay.
But she was more in tune with her Hispanic side. That's the side she grew up with. Mm-hmm. That's the side she know. That was the side, and that was the culture she understood. But at the same time, like, I really don't feel. I don't feel comfortable with Hispanic people using it in general.
Yeah. So it's like it didn't matter to you at all.
Yeah, it really didn't. It didn't matter to me. But she doesn't. She'll use it when she's having a conversation, but she don't refer to me as it. And that's just my rule for everybody. Yes. Don't refer to me as it. I also feel like, we need to stop being like so open to giving people passes to the word, because then it's like, well, how you getting mad when they say it, but you're not getting mad when they say it? Mm-hmm. Which I get it, because some people I'm like, well, I know they're not gonna use it to me in a racial terminology versus I don't know you, right? I don't know how you gonna use it. I don't know where you going with it. So I personally, I feel like the word needs to be abolished and nobody should use it. It's just an ignorant word in general. However, if anyone is going to use it, you cannot tell black people how to use it, when to use it. We pay for that word in blood. Mm-hmm. People have turned it into a term of endearment. That's how people speak in the slang urban culture. Yes. That's just what it is. However, you'll never hear me using the word. But I just feel like people justify using the word. Like, for example, I really loved her, and I forgot about the situation, Snow Allegra. Okay. We're going to take it back to 2016, when a lot of y'all probably didn't know about her. I knew about her because I'm really into music. Shorty is 100% Iranian. Now, everybody knows there's black people everywhere, so more than likely everybody got a little black in them. But both of her parents are Iranian. She was raised in Sweden, so she identifies as Swedish. Okay. It's Iranian bloodline. Okay. However, she wrote on Twitter a while back, I'm the realest and alive. When she got backlash for it, she said, well, I'm black. I'm black. I can use this word. I'm black. Cool, because you're a little pigmented. Maybe she was. Now, people are re-questioning your ethnicity, your culture, your background. Oh, I'm not black. I'm 100% Iranian. My father is Iranian. He as an Iranian man with an afro. See, this is the problem for me. Because y'all so quick to invite people to the cookout, right? And then these people get comfortable. And then they get so comfortable because y'all make them comfortable. Me don't make them comfortable. Me don't invite nobody to the cookout. I gatekeeps. You're not coming in. And then boom. Now they too comfortable and now y'all like, oh. Wait a minute. Or let's take another one. Mimi, the nail tech. Ooh. She says the N-word all the time, and Shorty is Asian. Yep. She is of Asian descent who was dating a black man. They wasn't even married. They were dating a black man. She got mixed children. Yep. Y'all let Shorty say the N word all the time, and then when she said it on the live the other day, y'all went in a forensic.
Right, like this isn't what y'all let.
Y'all justified that though.
And the people around her, because I blame them.
Y'all justified that. The black man who was dating her justified that. The black girls who hung around her justified that. Y'all were okay with that until she wasn't with the black man anymore. Then it's like, oh no, you can't say that word. You can't say that word. No, y'all don't get to pick and choose.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're, like she said, if you're not black, especially, like you have no black, Asians, y'all don't have black, y'all, it's rare. Like, so it's like, y'all should not say the word whatsoever. Like, at all. I don't care where you grew up at. I don't care about none of that. That word should not be in your vocabulary, and it shouldn't have been from the jump. Because I'm pretty sure Mimi, her parents are from Vietnam.
I think she's Vietnamese.
They came here from over there, so I'm pretty sure they never used that word as a term of endearment in the household. So just because you was brought up in the hood, you feel you can use that. That's what she said to justify it. I got black friends. I grew up in a certain area. That's why I act the way I act.
And y'all okay with that though? And so it's a problem.
Her whole persona that she puts out there is actually kind of
offensive.
Yeah,
because that's how you look at black women. Like we all just loud talking ghetto.
It's offensive to us. I always looked at
y'all gotta stop putting black people in a bubble. We are the culture. We are the blueprint. We make everything poppin'. No one ever wants to give us credit for the culture, but y'all always want to mock the culture. I just don't understand it.
And what they're mocking is disgusting. That's one thing. I remember, okay, my family, my mom's side of the family, they grew up in the projects. I remember when I told someone that my mom grew up in the projects, and when I say grew up from baby to adult, like my grandmother still lived there when I was kind of grown. Baby to adult. And I told someone that she grew up in the project, and they was like, oh, I couldn't even tell. Yeah, because we're not all the same. Just because she grew up in the projects, which is, considered the hood, doesn't mean that she's gonna be that loud mouth. So y'all take that and y'all run with it, and it's so offensive. Yo, it bothers me.
That's annoying as hell.
Because
black people are just not one bubble. We are diversified. There's black rockers. There's black emo, black goth. We are not all black people listen to rap. Not all black people know how to dance. Not all black people can play basketball. I need y'all to get these stereotypes out of your mind. Like, this is what black people are. We are just in one box, and that's it. That's it. No, we're really not.
At all.
We're really very versatile people. Yep. So it's so annoying that black people keep letting these people into the culture and then get mad when they mock it. You can't, just because one white boy can wind up here with, don't mean he's invited to the cookout.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Great, he's white and he can dance. Awesome, great. Fat with him, good. That don't mean why you gotta invite people into our culture and then get mad when they get comfortable? Because now I'm about to bring that up. White chocolate. Huh? A lot of y'all was upset about the white boy. He can whine your ass off. And then what he told y'all? He made y'all culture. He made West Indians. That's what he told y'all, right?
Ooh.
He made it poppin'. Like y'all ain't been fatting since fatting been beginning. That's what he told y'all though. But y'all let him in.
Since the womb.
Y'all let him in. Just because he was a white boy, he gonna whine. That's stupid. That's stupid. Just like y'all let things son in, Chet, whatever, just because he like black women and mock a Jamaican accent. What's wrong with y'all? No, really, what's wrong? What's wrong with y'all?
Yep.
And then what he did, turn around and beat the shit out of a black woman. I ain't see y'all saying nothing then. Oh, because he can mock a Jamaican accent just because he spent some time in Jamaica? Y'all want to put him part of the crew? No. 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 No.
Not at all. When I first seen him, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
That's not weird to y'all that you going so hard to be a part of this. That's not weird. That don't send red flags to y'all.
Because you can support us without doing stuff like that.
That.
There's a lot of white people who support. And there's a lot of other ethnicities. Period.
They support us without appropriating. You can appreciate a culture without appropriating a culture. Maybe we're gonna do an episode on that so y'all can know the difference of what appropriation and appreciation is.
I think we should, because our community don't seem to fully understand it.
Like, seriously, because it's one thing if you do something and you may be not aware.
Yes.
But y'all be full-blown appropriating the black diaspora, and y'all full-blown appropriate black Americans. Mm-hmm. Full-blown. Blue map, we put stuff on the map when it comes to fashion, nails, hair, and then everybody takes from us, and then that's it.
Yep.
But then y'all give these people the right to say the N-word, and I'm just like, this is why I just feel like nobody who is not black should be using this word. I really want the word abolished.
Right, she don't want us using it either, but she's like, if I'm gonna give it to anybody, it's gonna be us.
Yeah, because you didn't die for this word, you did not get slaughtered for this word, you did not get hung from this word, your home did not get burned down, neither did your church. None of y'all still getting discriminated for this word. Y'all not paying for this word. We've been paying for this word continuously, and we're still paying for this word to this day.
Yep.
So why am I gonna let this white friend say the N-word, but if another white lady call me an N-word, I'm gonna be upset? No. I have a white best friend, and she would never use that word. Never.
Yep.
And neither will her friends use that word around me. Nah.
Right, because now I gotta check y'all.
Nah. I'm not checking. I'm gonna punch you dead in your mouth. Nah. Mm-hmm. Don't use that. Y'all know me. Y'all know my body. Don't use that word around me. Y'all crazy.
Yeah. The N-word is a part of my vocabulary because, that's just what living in New York City, like she said, that's something that was normal for us to use. My family is from the South too, but we were raised up here. So that was normal for me. Mm-hmm. All my life, that's just what it's been. So I can understand how coming from down south, you coming up here at a certain age, it was like, wait a minute.
I mean, people use the word down south, but Hispanic people were not allowed to use the word down south. They would never be like, yo, my N.
Yeah, versus like me growing up,
Mexican just called me the N-word.
Right, and that.
Did you just call me the N-word?
Growing up in New York, I didn't know, like, of course I knew the word was offensive because you learn that in school, but it was so natural for just everybody to use it growing up. As I got older, it was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like that. But it is something normal. You on social media, it's constantly people, I grew up in New York, and it's just like, that does not change the fact that the word is offensive. It's disgusting. I hate when people use the fact that they grew up in New York.
I grew up in the hood. I grew up around black people.
Yeah, as the reason for it, because it's still like, but you know the history. And at a certain age, like I said, I learned, like, hold up, okay, no matter where I grew up at, that does not matter. At a certain age, if you are a teenager, a certain like 17, because that's when I learned. Like, that's when I realized more. I'm not gonna lie. If you're an adult and you're still saying, I use the word because I grew up here, that's a problem. That's a problem.
You're choosing to ignore the severity of the word. Not even just the history, because it's still active going on.
Right, because
the offensive of this word.
Right, because
so you're choosing to ignore what the word is. So you're disrespecting me because you're choosing to ignore it, right? You don't have no claim on this word, and I know it is very tricky because the black diaspora is so diverse, and there's so many people who are legit Afro-Latinas.
Yes,
legit know their history.
Yes,
my Cubans, my Panamanians, like they know their African history. They're aware of it, so it can be very tricky. And then you get to some of my Dominicans who be like, I want to say the N-word, but I'm not claiming that I'm black. And at the same time, I'm going to make sure I discriminate against Haitians. But I want to say the N-word because I grew up in New York. So I can say the N-word Because I was around black people, but I don't want to be black, and I don't like Haitians.
Even the ones that didn't grow up here, the ones that came here
and still use
it. That bothers me. It bothers me because it's like you didn't even grow up here. You came here when you was like 13, meaning that was not a part of your vocabulary prior to, most likely.
Unless you were being offensive.
Right, unless it was being offensive. But now you want to come here and then, because you see everybody else using it, you're like, oh, I could, no.
And that goes back to black people not checking them.
Yep.
Because if y'all was checking them, this wouldn't have been a problem.
Mm-hmm.
They don't use that. You cannot use that word with me. Yeah. Scratch that for me because my name is Nia. Why do you even feel like we like that?
And you know another argument that I hate that they try to use, because we'll be like, that was offensive during slavery and blah blah blah. They'll be like, oh, you acting like only blacks were slaves. My problem with that argument is, we know in other countries there were slaves. We are fully aware in these other countries
many people were enslaved. Irish were enslaved.
Yes.
African.
But the word
in itself
was the Americans that was here. Well, they weren't Americans back then. They were Africans brought here. That was a word for us. That word the meaning to us.
Either way, it wasn't paid for the word.
Right. It wasn't and I'm pretty sure
we're still paying for this word.
I'm pretty sure in these other countries they weren't calling their slaves niggas.
They had other words.
Right, they had exactly.
But my thing is, y'all respect the fact to
use those words.
Y'all respect the fact not to use it. And you go ahead and argue with me, because I done been damn near everywhere. So go ahead and argue with me. You respect the fact not to use slurs in other countries. You don't want me calling you certain words, and I respect it. It's not even my vocabulary. However, why can you not respect it when I say don't call me that? Don't call me it. I don't even want you using the word around me.
Yeah.
Period. Like, I don't understand what's even an argument.
Honestly, every other slur is respected, except for that.
But except for the N-word. You don't hear nobody really saying these words besides a Karen.
Yep. And I'm not gonna lie. I used to use the word chinky, and maybe like a few years ago I learned that the word is offensive towards Asians.
Yeah.
So I try not to use it, and I feel like the black community, we use it to when we're talking about somebody's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Your eyes are so cheeky, but learning that it became that it is offensive, I was like, okay, I have to try to, like, I'm gonna have to stop using this word.
Mm-hmm.
But for other people, it's like y'all just refuse not to stop using the N-word, and it's mind-boggling. Now I'm getting upset.
Stupid.
Like, talking about
at the same time, it's like I can't be mad because it's black people's fault. It's black people's fault because
we're so welcoming.
Y'all don't check these people. Y'all don't check them. And then they get crazy, and then y'all mad that they get crazy. Y'all cannot be mad that they got crazy because you didn't check them. None of my white friends ever use the line, oh, I have a black friend. So, who's your black friend? Not me? Mm-hmm. You're not referring to me. Because I am no longer your friend. If you think you're okay to use that, I have not one time, not one of my white friends ever used that word around me in my presence. So I don't. It's already known.
Yeah.
So why are y'all scared to establish dominance when it comes to this word? Y'all want people to be included so bad for what? And then y'all get mad. Y'all get mad when they disrespect y'all of our culture. You get mad. Nobody appropriates our culture the way other people, like, bro, everybody appropriates black culture, especially black American culture. Like, bro, our culture is top 10 appropriated. And I want to say right under us is probably West Indian culture and Asian culture.
Yes. Agreed.
Like, bro, because the things we get discriminated against, anybody else could do it. My long nails could stop me from getting a job, but Mimi could walk around with nails like that, and she's an artiste. Mm-hmm. She's an artist. It's okay. When y'all see white girls and Asian girls with cornrows, they not ghetto, they fly. All of a sudden, they want to wear baby hairs. Mm-hmm. Baby hairs are just ghetto.
Yeah. It was a TikTok of an Asian girl. She was taking out her braids, and You wouldn't guess the reason. She had a job interview the next day. So you know.
Oh, how much of a privilege it is to just take out your braid.
So and
that's a protective style for us,
right? But that showed that she knew that she shouldn't have been wearing it because she knows that we get discriminated
against for it.
Like she legit said, "I'm taking my braids out because I have a job interview tomorrow." When for us, those are just normal hairstyles for us. Right. We shouldn't have to take out our braids.
But we do. People got to cut their dreads. People got
a job interview.
People got to take out their braids. People got to perm straighten their hair because I can't wear my natural hair at a job interview, right? Can't wear my natural hair. And I patch just a little bit more than maybe another black girl with kinkier hair than me because my hair happens to have a curl pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, depending on who the HR is that's interviewing me, I may pass as less aggressive black woman because I have a curl pattern.
Yeah. I don't remember. I think my hair. I think I had a wig on. It was something with. No, I didn't have a wig on. It was something with my hair. And I had a job interview, and I'm not gonna lie. The person who set it up for me, she was like, you should wear your real hair, and I had to straighten it. But it's stuff like that.
I gotta straighten my hair to make sure you okay. Like you're comfortable. I look presentable for your company because this is what's deemed presentable. Like people always have to change who they are. Black men gotta cut their dreads because it's not deemed presentable to y'all. People are still getting discriminated for black hair to this day. You gotta put laws in place to make sure that I don't get discriminated against the hair that grows on my head.
Which is crazy. But white people will go and get locks. And just be like, it's just a hairstyle.
Like, I'm hippie, I'm bohemian.
But they'll still get a job because they're white.
Because they're not deemed as threatening. But then you won't have no idea the connection and the stories behind locks. You won't even bother to research the history of locks.
Yeah. Us as black people have to stop being so welcoming to other
The blacks is for a period. Y'all way too welcoming.
Yes.
Y'all way too
when
welcoming.
It comes to anything. Because that's why they pick and choose what they want to take from us.
Yeah. Y'all way too welcoming. We got way too much going on. Like it's way
to be this welcoming. Yeah.
No, for real.
To be this welcoming to people.
A lot of other cultures, they like this. Yeah. You see their culture, whatever. A lot of people not appropriating their culture. A lot of Middle Eastern cultures and Indian cultures, those cultures, you don't see a lot of people appropriating those cultures.
Yeah. And when it's done, people get called out for it. They have to throw this big apology out there. But it just seems like for some reason,
which I love appropriating black people.
Yeah, when it comes to us, we just be like, oh no, they're cool.
Over.
And it's like, no, they're not cool. They're choosing the part that they want to be a part of. Like,
right.
Because when it comes down to the fight, a lot of them ain't there.
Bro. I'm not saying little favorite influencers and all that. Yep. Be a part of it for one day, and then when you really gotta join in, nah.
Yep.
Nah. They don't.
Like, I hate to say it, but y'all chose the president because y'all felt like he was for us. But one thing happened to the Asian community, and which was horrible, and I'm not saying it wasn't. It was horrible, but they got a law. They got a law.
Ongoing things are happening in the black community,
and we still don't have
discrimination by all communities.
He signed that so fast,
and nothing is happening. Breonna Taylor still don't got no justice. Imagine being an essential worker, going home after a 16-hour shift to not wake up, and not get no justice for it.
And the cops were in the wrong.
No justice. So, I'm supposed to be inviting who to what? And let me break this down for you real quick. When we understand other cultures, right? Because I'm big on learning other cultures.
Yes.
Just so that I'm not disrespecting their culture.
Yes.
I'm making sure I'm appropriate and stuff. They don't invite me to the cookout, right? They don't invite me to the to their festival.
Right.
You do not see my Vietnamese people, my Japanese people inviting me to any soiree that they're having.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see white people inviting me to the Maroon 5 concert.
I'm sorry.
I don't get what is black people problem. Y'all all like, what is the problem? People don't invite us to nothing. I don't understand what is the problem.
Being so comfortable is why a lot of our towns got taken away from us. A lot of things are taken from us because we're so willing to let these people in, and they are against us. Like she said, the Asian culture, they are not for us like that. And not all, just, hey, it is what it is. They rather stick to themselves. Any culture rather stick to themselves. A lot of cultures
stick to themselves, though, so I don't understand when black people talk about it, why it's such a big issue. Do y'all not see the Jewish community? They don't fuck with none of y'all.
At all.
None of y'all. And that's one thing I get about them. They discriminate against everybody. And it's not, I don't like black people. I don't like European people. I don't like these people. They don't like everybody.
We want to stick to us.
They gonna stick to them, and they can make sure that
the Amish.
They stick to themselves. Mennonites, they stick to themselves. People stick to. I don't understand. I'm not saying that to be totally ignorant and not go outside your culture bubble. However, y'all let people come in and break down the system.
Yes, that's what's the problem. Because you can learn about other cultures. And to respect the culture.
You can have friends in other cultures. You can date in other cultures. Mm-hmm. But y'all need to respect cultures. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Mm-hmm. If I date someone who is Asian, I'm not going to walk around and be like, well, because I date somebody who's Asian, you know, I can appropriate their culture. It's cool.
No.
I could call them a slur because it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm not going to start calling myself Asian because I date someone who's Asian. No, I'm gonna learn about their culture, respect it, and I'm gonna. That's it. What? I don't understand. I don't understand that.
And it's just that simple. Like you can respect it without appropriating it.
But there's no really. What's?
Because right now I'm not gonna be walking around in traditional Japanese clothing.
Right.
Because it's no reason for me to.
So unless like I'm dating somebody who's Japanese and I'm like, you know, you gotta wear this for
because
a certain ceremony.
There are times you have to do that.
Right. If I'm married into a Middle Eastern family and I have to wear certain traditional or religious garments for an occasion, cool. Mm-hmm. But I'm not just gonna go around because
it's not a costume. It's
mocking someone's culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like my Japanese people, what's up with y'all and doing all this process to get y'all hair to look like an afro? What's up with that? Yo, they do like a rubber band method. It's a process to get their hair kinky, to look kinky. So they'll have straight straw looking hair. Yeah. They'll rubber band it, like they'll twist their hair in little small pieces. Like when men just start growing their hair, they do little box pieces. They do that. They rubber band the pieces, and then it's a long process. If I ever see the video, I'm gonna put it up on the Millennials page.
Because what?
Just to get your hair to look kinky. So it's like when I've been in certain Asian cultures, they say like, oh, you know, we love the black culture, but at the same time, y'all disrespect us. You can't mock the culture. And then, for those people, because I already know the argument is coming, but y'all wear white hair. Let me go ahead. No one's wearing Redneck Sally's hair. That's one. Two. Okay. Wigs and weaves been around for centuries. It's been around for centuries. A lot of black women have to assimilate to the workforce.
Yes.
That's the main thing. You especially if you work in like corporate America, you gotta assimilate to the workforce. That's like one of the main reasons.
Yep. And our kinky hair.
It's not a part of it. Also, a lot of women use wigs and weaves as a protective style. A lot of black women. You're able to also switch up your look. Many black women, if you like me, I always have a different hairstyle. If you like her, you always have a different hairstyle. You always like to try something different, or whatever the case may be. We are not appropriating anyone's culture though, because
at all.
One, this is where I go back to black people so diverse, right? Where it's blueprint. Black people can come out with blue eyes. Black people can have blonde hair. black people can have straight hair.
Yep.
Black people can have red hair, orange hair. Like, we hold every genetic power in ourselves. Black women are literally the blueprint, right?
Eve's gene, look it up.
I can date a man who, has 2 black parents and come up with a child who's a freckled redhead.
Yup.
And you're like, whose baby is this?
Yup. We actually have a friend who's a ginger, and he is fully black.
So he's got 2 black parents, 2 black
and his
parents.
mom is brown, but he's a ginger.
He's a ginger. So, I mean, just in case you guys want to throw, because I know I be seeing y'all in the comments, y'all like to throw that out there, And you
have people, because I do have a friend who also was like, but it's rare. And it's like, so what if it's rare if a black person come out with blonde hair, and blue eyes? It can happen. The fact that it can happen,
exactly.
That's all that matters.
It's rare. The fact that we hold a genetic blueprint to even carry like that is...
Like she said, she could date a fully black man, and right now her kid could come out with blue eyes.
That's just what it is. Black people are variety. Many black people have green eyes, hazel eyes. I mean, blue eyes and blonde hair are not just for white Europeans. So,
because that's all. But they get genetics and culture mixed up anyway.
Yeah, that's
that's
a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, because those are 2 different things. Because that's their main argument
all the time.
It's us wearing wigs and stuff, like she said, we don't wear Caucasian straight. We do wear.
I'm just saying, because y'all be doing.
But even the Asian community doing that, like, yes, a lot of our wigs are from different countries and stuff like that, which, hey, you might get Malaysian hair and stuff like that.
But you don't need to assimilate yourself to have kinky hair.
Yeah, like, our hair gets straight. Before we was wearing full wigs, we had leave out, y'all. Permed or not.
Either way, I can straighten my hair.
We can straighten our hair.
First of all, my hair is dynamic. My hair defines gravity. Black people are the only people in the world who hair defines gravity. That's one. My hair stands up and will not fall down.
Yep.
Natural afro. I can go straight. I can go curly. I can go kinky. So freaking cool, right? Yeah.
Right. Our hair does that.
It's the magnitude. But our hair is also very fragile. So unlike many of you, we have to take care of our hair. We have to moisturize it, make sure that it stays hydrated. Certain elements of weather may leave our hair dry. So we have to take certain steps that may be different from other people. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
And I never said to no white person that you can't win, because a lot of y'all white girls with weaves. But for whatever reason, y'all don't get bashed for it.
Oh, because it's extensions.
I don't know what that's about.
Which is the same thing. I just want y'all to know that.
There's a lot of Hispanic girls who wear full wigs. But for whatever reason, they don't get bashed for it. But okay.
All right. If you're adding any piece to your hair that isn't yours, you're wearing a weave. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I don't care. Y'all could say, ooh, extensions. Cause I remember in high school.
You feel better.
Right. I remember in high school. We're not gonna say her name, but it was this girl, and she used to try to front like it was her hair, and she'll be like, oh, it's extension, and it's like, girl, that's a weave.
That's a weave. You either clipped it or sewn it in your head. So
yeah. Or
you could
the
take
other
it out.
shit, the individual. Either way, it's a weave.
It's a weave. The micro links.
If it's not yours, it's a weave.
So it's alright.
But I don't. The trying to get their hair kinky. What's the point in that?
I guess it's for a look. They like the way it looks. They like the kinky hair. They like, when black men get they fade, and they got the low top fade, and they got the shape up, they be looking fly, whatever. I guess they like the look. And I have a mixed feeling about it, because I'm like, like it's a hairstyle. I'm not a loud person. He look nice with it, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, this is so messed up because that you are able to like switch like that, and black men don't always have that flexibility to wear low top fade in corporate America. You gotta have a Caesar cut and a shape up.
Yeah,
and it can't be too shaped up, because you can't look too like drug dealish. Because if you're too shaped up, then you're a drug dealer.
That's why it's a problem, because we get bashed for stuff like that. Why are y'all doing things that we get bashed for? And that's literally just us being us.
Because their argument is going to say, well, it's not me that's bashing you. But you're also not doing anything to help society understand the ignorance.
Because unless you're going to go to that job interview like that, I don't want to hear it. Because that's the only way you can be a part of the change. If that's what y'all want to start doing, y'all go to a job interview and let me see you get the job, please. Like that, so you could start, so it can be allowed for us too.
Think that I'm black.
And see, that's where the problem come in at. Y'all will still get it. But because we're black, we won't get it. Due to a certain hairstyle.
Hey, that's why I'm not gonna hold you to this point. I stopped caring about all that stuff. I got long nails.
Yeah. Yup.
My back is tatted. Depending on how I feel with my hair is how you gonna get it. You even gonna hire me or you not. If you're going based on my looks, then baby, I don't know, because I'm not getting rid of my long nails. I'm not gonna keep having to pop off nails because I got a job interview or what. I'm not doing all that. I'm not gonna be. I'm sitting in job interviews with my hand like this so that they don't see that I have long nails, because this is what I like. But I gotta hide what I like. Mm-hmm. Part of black culture, right? Because it makes you uncomfortable.
We can't expect a change if we don't start putting it out there.
Yeah, I'm not doing. I no longer do it. I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Because
but even like the whole tattoo thing, you know, one of the things with jobs, they tell you don't get tattoos on your wrist and on your arms. I have tattoos on my wrist,
right?
Specifically, and I don't think I ever wore a long sleeve shirt unless it was cold to a job interview, because I don't feel like my tattoo should define if I should get the job or not. Like, it is what it is. We all have tattoos. I'm pretty sure that white man that's sitting behind that HR desk got a whole bunch of tattoos up here, and that's why he wearing his sleeves up to right here, so you don't see it. Right. But then he still won't hire you or hire me because I'm black with tattoos.
Because I look a little more threatening, you know. When you add all the extra stuff to the black people, it's like, oh, okay, oh yeah, she might have an attitude. Because a lot of the stuff that they discriminate against us for, as far as like our body features, they do it. They all do it. Piercings, tattoos, and all. Because I say, as a person who worked in a white HO, y'all be nose septums, ear gouges, and I'm just like, well, damn, how they get the job?
Right, because let me have a nose ring.
Tattoos. I'm like, damn, did they cover it up on makeup? Like,
no.
Like, damn, like I was. Okay, I guess that's deemed professional.
Y'all know we could go on for days talking about stuff like this. Like I think she said it like twice. That's another episode.
Right. For real.
But when it comes down to it, honestly, if you are not black, don't say the N-word. Don't use it just because it's, what I grew up saying. No.
Right.
Just don't say it.
Check yourself.
Yeah. As an adult, it comes to a point where you have to check yourself about the things that you grew up doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just plain and simple.
That's just what it is.
So I think that's all for today.
Yes.
As y'all know, we are here every Thursday. You need to say your line, girl.
So don't be offended, y'all. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't be offended because y'all ain't like our take on things, you know? It's good to have different different opinions or whatever the case may be. I mean, I'm not going to change my opinion about y'all not saying the N-word. That's not changing. But like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share and comment, engage with us, tell us your thoughts and all that. And, as always, we appreciate you guys.
Yes.
Every day.
Bye, guys.